How do blind people know when they're done wiping? You know what's not cool, Bobby? Asking people to do assignments as part of the interview process and then ghosting them. Iceland is the top consumers of antidepressants in the world. Iceland is in the top 3 happiest country in the world. I heard he allows all trackers, ads, and cookies without question. Facebook, Google. Hong Kong people seeing another Hollywood movie where a monster or alien completely destroyed their city because the movie had to sell tickets in mainland China. How it feels to carry teammates. You're playing like you're in casual. This is ranked. My friends, every time I talk to a girl, you have 0 chance to hit. App team, you set requests. Platform team, you set requests. Toddlers asking exactly one profound question before going back to swallowing Lego. My roommate, when I start screaming that someone took my heat Cheetos. Mainstream media. Do you trust me? My grandma. With every cell of my body. When a game character eats a roasted chicken and suddenly all bullet wounds are healed. All the terrible things happening in the world. Don't think about it. My mental health. Me getting ready to listen to the new Carti album. Tell me something scary. Windows update getting stuck restarting. When your mom asks, why is your homework folder 2 terabytes big? Good question. In space, reserve cow grill and buggy style are the same thing. When you realize the game you were excited for is garbage. Cheeto shaped like a Pokemon sells in auction for $87,000. Me, with an entire bag of chicken nuggets shaped like dinosaurs. The pandemic was 5 years ago. Grocery prices. Rent prices. Young Brits wanting to leave parents' house. How caffeine and nicotine look at me as soon as I wake up in the morning. Me at the golf course after calling in sick. My boss. I see you are preparing to buy new gear so you can take nut pics. When I reach the last episode of a really good show. Therapist, you need to let people in. Me, it's not locked. Level 1 players being thrown into a pro lobby. Most successful people, least successful people, dropping out of school. My ability to remember Pokemon names. My ability to remember real species names. When someone says duck me, don't mind if I do. When a random girl smiles at me just to be nice, don't do that. Don't give me hope. Ottoman Pikachu isn't real. He can't hurt you. Ottoman Pikachu. How's life? Me. Ha 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 wee. So glad I grew up with this. And not this. When you're on the verge of breaking down because of work, but you're too exhausted from work to be upset. Are you gonna sleep? Yeah, shut up. Guess I'm gonna play that song you were trying to forget. Americans with a chicken in the year 2025. I got this selling eggs. Comes out of the ducking ace. 2015 was 10 years ago. You must be mistaken. How I feel when reading a news article about how Shingleris broke up with Goombay because they both cheated with Shabuncle. When I meet a girl I genuinely just wanna be homies with. Oh my god. I get it. Study for exams. Watch random YouTube documentaries about how the pyramids were built. Bro, look behind you, but don't make it obvious. Me, when I tell a joke. The ones who get it. The ones who don't. A person on the internet. Twitter user calling someone homophobic. A guy person. Twitter user calling someone homophobic. The fashion industry is responsible for 10% of global CO2 output, more than shipping and international flights combined. Second only to the oil industry. People will tell you, if it is true, why my favorite influencers didn't mention this. Me. Enough beef jerky and caffeine to kill me. Happy Pie Day. Hey, see if they got any pie. Dean, it's not that kind of pie. Bring me some pie. Me trying to use the Gen Z slang I just learned. You have one of the largest auras I've ever seen. When the boys invite you to a party, but everyone brought their girlfriend. The duck is this shut. I find Kevin Hart hilarious. Take it to your grave. Go to local farmers market. Support local farmers and homemade goods. Spend $20 on Gushers, covered in blue powder. Spend $20 on Gushers, covered in blue powder. Been seeing a lot of activity round here. What kind of activity? Strange activity. Balls of steel. Dudes over 40. Leroy Jenkins. I got that dog in me. The dog in question. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture. Guessing and hoping. Solving by hand. Using a calculator. Finding the answer in the back of the textbook. Getting a small amount of water and drinking all of it. Getting a full glass of water and drinking a small amount. Someone. Hey, look to the left. Me. I use this hand to hold fork. I'm right-handed. This means this direction is right. So this hand that I don't use to hold fork is left. So left is in this direction. To keep my mood and motivation up. To keep track how long I spent to do chores. Me deciding to play music while doing chores. When you see the parent in the movie telling their kid not to cheat because marks don't matter, and you look at your parents and they not know. Are you gonna sleep? Yeah, shut up. Statistically, the odds are there is a spider within 7 feet of you right now. Where is this galaxy far far away in Star Wars, and how long ago was it? George Lucas. He was asking too many questions. Me returning to a domesticated animal after an apocalypse to see if it turned into a furry yet. I haven't felt this betrayed since the Ides of March when I got stabbed by someone I called my friend. East German city centers. The GD Omega outskirts. When you're A, pretending to be an actor named B, who is auditioning for the role of a character based on A. That one architect friend who will make the smallest mistake, that will cause only the smallest inconvenience because it's fun. Brother has an interview for a warehouse job with great pay. The address for the interview isn't leading me to a warehouse. It's a temp agency hiring temporarily for a warehouse position. They can't guarantee consistent work, let alone full time. When Ninja didn't actually tape a fade after he asked, you know what else is massive? Reality is often disappointing. Can mind readers only hear the words in our heads? It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. Or do they get the full surround sound experience with music and sound effects too? Blue. Blue. Sky. Sky. Blue sky. Me. For some reason. Blue ski. Live action bleakly looks fine. Why are you people complaining? Oh, that's why. What you are seeing behind me are the consequences of making a your mama joke. When you chug your roommate's pass bottle right before the exam. We will not mess you up like our parents messed us up. A whole new kind of ducked up. Why did humans stop building wonders? We didn't. 6-year-old me when my parents leaving home. 15-year-old me when my parents leaving home. Right guys after saying konnichiwa in the Chinese restaurant. Me waiting for a stranger to show up and buy an old toy for $5 because my wife wanted to risk our lives by selling things on Facebook Marketplace. Me to myself. Don't buy useless things, we are not rich. Billionaires when they choose to go to space instead of making life better for others. Literally no one. US after losing all of its allies in 2 days. I'm ruined. I have nothing left but Israel. When you work above and beyond at your job and they reward you with more work, I'm a victim of my own success. Me during a phone call, talking, planning how to end the convo and cut the phone. My desire to buy everything I see, my bank account balance. When you move into a new place and suddenly understand why the rent was so cheap. What your phone actually sees before it drops on your face. After downloading the game from the ad, to try to save the woman and daughter from the cold, and the game is totally different. Check Google Maps to see how long it would take me to arrive. The entire path red. Gamers wait for the price drop in RTX 4000 series. Nvidia with RTX 5000 series and RTX 4000 series discontinuation. This dad loved his family so much, he got eye enlargement surgery so he could look at them more. Me, I bought this property, it's mine now. Property tax. Well yes, but actually no. Family overstepping a boundary. Me drawing the line. Teacher, why are you laughing? Me, nothing. My brain, Ellen Husk. POV, the word woman is too woke for you. Me, heal my disease. Brain, no. Me, takes pill with no effect. Brain, you son of a butch, I'm in. Teenager sues his parents for $250,000 for naming him Guy Lord. I hate it when people say you don't need alcohol to have fun. You don't need running shoes to run, but it ducking helps. I was higher than pterodactyl tights last night and said extra crust instead of extra cheese. Data bulk guy they said, it'll be fun they said. Not sure if domestic violence joke or pen size joke. Me who now has to attend online classes. My FBI agent who now has to attend online classes with me. Luffy, look into my eyes. What do you see? Your eyes. When you pose for a family photo with people who you don't know. Family member leaves doors open. Flies. If someone wants to swat me, I could really go for a pizza right now. When you get robbed and the robber pretends you owed him the money. Taxation. Optimus Prime thinks he's slick. Just went to the Oreo website and hit accept all cookies. And now we wait. Pro tip. To drain all the oil, squeeze the car real good. When you see your friends having fun, but you're trapped inside a guitar. Forget everything you learned in college, you won't need it working here. But, I didn't go to college. Well then, you're unqualified for this job. When she starts humming the chorus to Hungry Like the Wolf with your balls in her mouth. I like it a lot. Goth catty, my nut has lead me to places I wouldn't even go with a gun. Coder faces 10 years in jail after creating kill switch that activated as soon as he was fired. Do what you must, I have already won. She must be a really bad driver to get her own sign. 30, Wendy, please drive carefully. End of the world, place your bets. Earthquake, 5%. Meteor, 2%. Plague, 8%. Human stupidity, 85%. I love democracy. Good day, I'm Abigail. Am I chatting with Lucy Harrison? The Amazon app says the package was handed to a receptionist. I don't have a receptionist. I just live in a house lol. Lol. Airport security, what's the reason for your visit to Thailand? Middle-aged man traveling alone. Sightseeing. Temples. Airport security. These big Cheerios are way better than the small ones. And you don't even need milk. You may not like it, but this is what peak concealed carry looks like. Percussive maintenance is a humorous term for the practice of tapping or striking a malfunctioning device to restore its functionality. App, would you like to enable location settings? Me. Montreal is so woke, even the city itself has a septum piercing. No matter what you do to this building, everyone knows it used to be a Pizza Hut. That's what the trains community fails to understand. I suppose there's no room on that ship for visitors, well-wishers, or distant relations. No, but there's room for very old friends. My son found me crying in the kitchen, wrapped his arms around me and whispered, "Is it because you're fat?" Now I'm crying for 2 reasons. Brazilian man left his car window open overnight. The following morning, he found a sloth hanging from the steering wheel. Games don't need an endless endgame loop. It's okay when it ends after some hours of fun. Audio diary next to corpse of Bioshock scientist. Ethics is holding back scientific innovation and progress. When you're so high on dentist gas, the water buffalo dogs visits you. Money doesn't make you happy. I now have $50 million, but I was just as happy when I had $48 million. Cybertruck is the ugliest car ever. Jaguar, hold my gin. My girlfriend telling me about her day, me looking at her unfinished pizza slice. UN judge guilty of forcing woman to work as slave. Body camera footage showed Mugambi telling police I even have immunity as they arrested her. Commerce Secretary says Trump's goal is no tax for anyone who makes less than $150,000 a year. Democrats, I'm going to figure out a way to hate this. HBO Harry Potter will be worse than Amazon Lord of the Rings. And that's a fact. How I look at bro when he says all bark no bite after the Mexican cartel let us go with a warning. 30 minutes into my shift and a customer gifts me a sword of vodka for being a bro. Dudes rock. I'm pretending to be a heat girl on Tinder so I can match with my roommate and tell him I'm coming over so he'll clean the apartment. When you've been losing a ton of weight and the one stand calls to tell you why. Fitness brothers, don't get in a healthy relationship or you'll lose your gains. Me, single as duck with no gains. Me trying to figure out why YouTube was demonetizing people who said Cupid or Crown virus during the pandemic. Having excellent discipline, naturally seni mother duckers, abasing caffeine for appetite suppression. You're the most average girl here. Wow, you're mean. No, you are. Me driving home knowing there won't be a second date, but at least now she knows who really owns the banks, media, big pharma, etc. My family who said I was just a conspiracy theorist, me who was right all along. True crime YouTubers talking about a real life cold case. Lost media YouTubers talking about a recalled Shrek Burger King toy. If you're chased by a serial killer, you're both running for your life. How cigarettes look at me after my first sip of alcohol. There's a light projection of Steve Harvey over Atlanta right now, and I have no clue why. You have my sword, and my bow, and my axe, and my ring. Jimmy back my ring. When you're late for work, so you use your multitasking skills to make toast while you wash your suit. Brushy got mostly guy friends because girls are too much drama. Men and women of Reddit, what made you not want a second date with someone? On a first date at a coffee shop, the guy picked up my foot. I was wearing cute sandals. He rubbed my foot for a second, and I was like what the duck? Then he put all of my toes in his mouth. At the table. You have $1,000 to buy your protection. $900, $1, $800, $500, $300, $999. Jimmy one bulk widow, and I ain't using protection. I discover an awesome new song. I'll listen to other songs of the artist. Other songs snack. Other songs snack. What's the worst song to play at a funeral? My father chose the music for my uncle's funeral. I didn't recognize the title. However, at the intense moment that the curtains drew around the coffin, out blurted the Looney Tunes theme. We were horrified, and my dad sat there hunched over giggling to himself. Girls of Reddit, what is the hardest thing to explain to a males? When you dart and it rolls up into your vague. I call them dart roll-ups. Exit through the gift shop. If you're not 20 minutes early, you're 20 minutes late. Plans to be ready 20 minutes earlier just in case something comes up. Is ready another 20 minutes early. Might as well go now. We've been here an hour. What the hell is taking them so long? How do you covertly measure your girlfriend's ring size? Start a Reddit thread and wait for girls to respond with their ring sizes. Then open the thread and show the girlfriend while commenting how weird it is that women randomly know this and make a comment about it being as strange as knowing your blood type. she'll nonchalantly respond with both pieces of information. Later that night, after she falls asleep, cut off her right ring to validate both. If you could unduck someone you ducked, who will it be? Not even just unduck. I wish I could get unsnagged, because the butch left me a scar. What inspired you to add more racial or ethnic minorities and LGBTQ+ into your films and TV series? Money. Your app name is Lil plus the last reason you were in the hospital. Don't think right people should be doing this. Yay, they be calling me Lil Seaside attempt. It has been 4 hours since I successfully snacked my own pence. Things are different now. As soon as mouth to pence contact was made, I felt a shockwave through my body. I have reason to believe I have super strength and telekinesis now. 3 hours after contact, I noticed a van parked on my street but no one has entered or exited the car since its arrival. I fear for my safety. I'm not sure what sort of power I may have stumbled upon, but it's possible that the government has found out. My landlord is evicting me because I'm 2 years late on rent. How do I tell him I'm not leaving no matter what? I just kicked my 12-year-old son out of the house because he has bad grades. How do I get him with foster care? If I die alone at home, how many hours or days will pass until my pet dog, cat or bird eats me? My 2-year-old daughter just got her period. What should I do? What's weirdest thing about American culture? Every 20 years or so, they declassify a file that says, "You're right. We did it. What are you going to do about it?" Apple TV Plus, Prehistoric Planet, Netflix. Now that's one fine looking paleo documentary. Life on our planet. Why doesn't mine look like that? Having a girl nobody touched since you met her in their biggest flex a man can have in this generation. Yeah, cause I sexually assaulted them all. Doing literally anything. An unforgivable chime. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.